Hi everybody, my name is Nanika Edwards and today I am sharing a new idiom. Can you tell me what you're seeing on the screen here? That's right, it's an owl. Today's idiom is as wise as an owl. As wise as an owl. What do we mean by as wise as an owl? Or why would we connect wisdom with an owl? When we say that somebody is as wise as an owl, we mean that they are very insightful. They're very wise. They can see into things. They have a profound understanding of things. And that's what we mean by as wise as an owl. But why is an owl associated with, or connected with, or linked to wisdom? Well, first of all, owls have big eyes, and we typically associate wisdom with sight, extra sight, insight, right? Being able to see into things. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the ability to see into things, to see beyond the surface. So owls have big eyes. Owls have big eyes, and if you think of somebody with big eyes, you think, okay, maybe they can see a lot or see very far or see very deeply into things. The other thing is, owls are nocturnal creatures. They are busy at night, but not really during the day. And so when you think of wisdom, wisdom is also associated with light, like the ability to see things that are not obvious would be typically associated with wisdom. So the fact that owls have these big eyes that they use to see things very clearly in the night, when most of us would not be able to see the things that they can see because they have bigger eyes and stronger vision, then that would explain why an owl is associated with wisdom. So an owl has big eyes. They are nocturnal creatures. They are active at night, and so we associate them with wisdom. Because if a person can see what everybody can see, what's in the plain light, what you can see as bright as the noonday sun, what everybody can see, that doesn't typically define wisdom. Wisdom is defined by the ability to see what the average person cannot see, or what the average person cannot see very clearly. Everybody can see what's plain to see in the noonday sun at noonday, but few people or fewer people can see that much at night. You understand what I mean? Metaphorically speaking. I'm not being literal. This, of course, is metaphorical. So, this is why we associate owls with wisdom. So, that idiom again is as wise as an owl. For example, my father is as wise as an owl. He always gives me good advice when I find myself in a tricky situation where I'm not sure what to do. He can always see the way very clearly. He sees and understands things that I do not. So I think that my father is as wise as an owl. My father is as wise as an owl. So that's the idiom for today, as wise as an owl. The best way To memorize this idiom is to use it as often as you can until you can use it with your eyes closed. With your eyes closed. So, no pun intended. The other thing about an owl is that it can swivel its head. It can turn its head around. I don't know if it's 360 degrees, but even if not 360 degrees, something close to that, right? So an owl can be associated with wisdom because of how far in either direction, left to right, whether to the left or whether to the right, that it can turn its head. How far it can turn its head to the left and how far it can turn its head to the right. So an owl has what we would call 360-degree perspective vision. It also has probably more than 20/20 vision, right? 20/20 vision is like perfect sight, but that's humanly speaking. But I'm sure that as an animal, an owl probably has stronger sight than that of a human. Feel free to research that if you would like. Fact check that to make sure I'm not telling you anything incorrect or inaccurate. But owls have very strong vision. So we can associate an owl with wisdom. One, because it has big eyes. Two, because it can swivel its head in different directions to a very large degree. And that means, or that gives the impression that it has a very wide perspective, which is also associated with wisdom. And then finally, it's a nocturnal animal. And the fact that it can see into the darkness, it can pierce the darkness and understand things that, metaphorically speaking, other people or the average person cannot see. This would explain why we associate wisdom with owls, and hence the idiom as wise as an owl. Are you as wise as an owl? How do you know? I hope that you are as wise as an owl. How can anyone become as wise as an owl? Well, to broaden your perspective of things, to be able to swivel your perspective just like an owl, it's important to read, and it's important to read good quality literature, good books, or useful articles online, or even looking at educational videos. So that's one thing we can do. And in terms of insight and discernment, I would always recommend reading the Bible. The Bible is a book that is full of wisdom because it is full of the wisdom of God, who is omniscient and who is wisdom personified. So, reading the Bible can help to deepen our insight about life. And in terms of having big eyes and being able to see more than the average person, again, I would recommend the Bible. The Bible is full of truth, and really the only way to have accurate insight is to be full of truth or to be full of light so that you can find your way even when you are walking through deep, deep darkness. For example, the times that we are experiencing right now on planet Earth are very dark times. And to see our way through, we need to have wisdom. Wisdom is associated with truth, and truth is associated with light. So the wiser we are, the more light that we have on the inside of us, is the more that we can, is the more easily that we can walk through the darkness of this current age. I would like to share a scripture reference. It's from the Psalms, and it says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Let me see if I think that's it. I think that's the King James version, and the um the New King James version is, let me see, light to my feet. Let me see if I find this here. I'm looking in Bible Gateway. I should be able to find it pretty quickly. Okay, here it is. Psalm 119, verse 105. Psalm 119 is the longest psalm, and I think it might actually be the longest chapter in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. You can fact check that as well. But Psalm 119 is definitely the longest psalm in the Bible. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. So I'll end on that note. And I hope that you are either as wise as an owl or that you become as wise as an owl. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, thank you for giving this video a thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Until next time.